I'm Cape Joel, and this is Comic Smack, your weekly, daily, all the time, anytime comic show where I give you your fix, everything you need to know from the world of comic books and superheroes. And on today's show, we are going to be taking a closer look at Ms. Marvel issue number 13. Kamala Khan will have to get out and rock the vote if she wants to save her community. What'll happen next? Let's hop on in together and find out, shall we? Okay then, so as we join the comic, Kamala has returned home after her short sabbatical overseas and is falling back into the trend of a nice boring school day. Things take a turn, however, when Gabriel, one of Kamala's new in-laws, ends up sitting in the desk next to her that used to belong to Bruno. Yeah, it turns out the entire school system around here has been redistricted. Yeah, it seems that a bunch of kids from around the city are being plucked out of their schools and thrown right into the thick of it in Jersey City. At first, Kamala doesn't think much of it. But hey, Ms. Marvel could use a good, easy win, right? And I mean, hey, this is just a civil service matter. I mean, come on, how hard could this be to deal with, right? For this, Ms. Marvel decides to hit up the mayor of Jersey City. Only when she broaches the subject, though, the dude is positively terrified. It seems that without knowing it, Ms. Marvel has actually managed to stumble into a much bigger conspiracy. And with Bruno over in Wakanda and no one to run the tech end of her operation, it looks like Ms. Marvel is going to have to ask Mike for help. Together, Mike and Kamala discover that this redistricting is actually the work of that hipster Hydra stooge working for Dr. Faustus during that whole Hope Yards incident. Yeah, it seems Hydra has one of their own running for mayor of Jersey City right now as revenge for what went down with Ms. Marvel, and they're willing to go to insane lengths to make sure their guy gets in. It also doesn't help that the mayor who is currently rerunning is also something of a dud, so Ms. Marvel and Mike don't believe he's going to be able to get the job done in winning. Will all be a story about an election wherein one person just happens to be the puppet of an evil fascist movement. Will all be. Actually, this gets even better because Mike says, ooh, well, I like this third-party candidate. We should all get people to vote for her. Ms. Marvel decides that this is one of these situations where she just can't hit it into submission, so she instead decides to use her celebrity as a superhero to get out there and galvanize the young people into voting against Chuck. Only this proves to be much easier said than done because it turns out a lot of people are pretty apathetic. Either they hate all the candidates, are voting because they believe it's some sort of protest, or just straight up don't know the rules of voting. What follows is actually pages and pages worth of Ms. Marvel kicking a bunch of knowledge about voting, saying, hey, this is the website you can go to register. Most places will let you mail in your ballots now. Your boss has to give you time off to vote, that's the law, and not voting isn't a very good type of protest considering that voting isn't mandatory. Having lit a fire under all the voters in the area, Ms. Marvel and Mike lead the charge to the ballot boxes. Unfortunately, Chuck and the agents of Hydra are waiting there to beat people back if need be. And hey, remember a few minutes ago I said this is a problem that Ms. Marvel just couldn't hit into submission? Well, I lied. There actually is some much needed hitting to be done. So yeah, the day is saved, the bad guys are defeated, Gabriel decides that maybe he will stay in Kamala's school system, and oh look, the nice third-party candidate won. Oh, only in comic book fantasy, am I right? Ms. Marvel number 13 was a great little celebration of democracy and offered up some great tips about voting to the younger readers, which probably would have been a lot better served if this issue had come out before the election. I mean, this book comes packing so much great passion and wide-eyed optimism in it, and yet none of it matters because the election already happened and there won't be another one for another 4 years. I also kind of had to chuckle to myself that this is the sort of story that could only be told about the American political system. You could never tell a story like this in Canada. Well, the same though, this was a nice little one and done story where its heart was most definitely in the right place. Overall, I would give this one an 8 out of 10.
Hey everyone, thanks so much for watching my newest video. I hope you enjoyed it, and while you're here, why not check out another video I have on offer? Or maybe if you're feeling in a supportive mood, you want to like or subscribe. And if you want to support the creation of more videos just like this one, then please by all means check out the Cape Joel Patreon. A little bit goes a very long way, and I will see you all next time.